But make sure to remember, it's not as scary as it sounds. If you fail that, then back in the day, when BPO was on the rise, many applicants were always afraid to apply as call center agents. Bakit? Because they know that certain companies has very high standards and the people there are just simply the best. It may sound intimidating, yes, but don't worry, I've got your back because for today, I will be giving you the complete guide to landing a job in a call center. And by the way, my name is Jamie and I'm one of the recruitment specialists here at Metacom. And I've already interviewed thousands of BPO applicants in the industry. That's why alam ko na yung mga ins and outs ng mga call centers when it comes to their interview and application processes. So stay put ka lang dyan and learn with me. Next is don't forget to bring your snacks. Make sure to also keep yourself hydrated para sa whole day ng application process. And lastly, don't forget to bring a copy of your updated resume or curriculum vitae. And if you need more tips or help on how to create an impressive CV, just click on the link above. Now, let's dig into the first part of the process, which is the initial interview. So basically, ang goal ng initial interview is to assess your language proficiency. Bakit? Kasi most of the accounts are based in the United States and more likely, you'll be talking to international or American clients. Kaya, speaking in English is a basic expectation. So, sa part na to, dapat magpa-impress ka na about your personality. Why? Because during this stage, you'll be asked simple questions like, tell me something about yourself. So make sure sa part na to, medyo iwasan mo nang sabihin or isagot kung ano man yung name or address mo. Mas mag-focus kang i-share kung ano man yung interests, hobbies, and even your goals in life. And by the way, if you need an in-depth explanation and more tips on how to answer the tell me something about yourself question, just access the link above. Well, aside from that, you will also be asked what were your previous job experiences. So, kapag sumasagot ka ng ganitong klaseng question, make sure na i-highlight mo kung ano man yung skills and assets or any achievements na meron ka. Kasi, ang goal ng interviewer is to catch a glimpse of your qualities as a potential employee. For example, you already have an existing BPO experience. Make sure na bagitin mo kung ano man yung naging impact na dinulot sa'yo ng pagtatrabaho mo sa call center before. Mention kung ano man yung mga achievement, recognitions, or any award na nakuha mo. Also, don't be afraid to share any other job experiences kahit labas siya sa BPO industry. Make sure lang na mababanggit mo kung ano man yung skills na maihahain mo or magagamit mo as a call center agent. But overall, make sure to show the interviewer what you can bring on the table and how your previous work experiences have prepared you for this opportunity. Nga pala, make sure to like this video and to subscribe to our channel para updated ka sa mga videos like this. Okay, so after ng initial interview, usually magpo-proceed na yan sa typing test, which is where the real fun begins. Sounds intimidating? Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Kasi the main purpose naman talaga ng typing exam is to gauge or para sukatin gaano ka ka-efficient when it comes to typing. Because remember, as a customer service representative, hindi lang naman pagtawag or pakikipag-usap sa mga clients or customers ang goal mo. Another job that you have to do is to update their profile and accounts. That's why you'll be doing a lot of typing. That's why being fast and accurate is very crucial when it comes to our success in this industry. Pero ano nga ba nangyayari during the typing test? Now, let me give you a very brief overview paano to ginagawa. Usually, yung interviewer, they will be showing you a text that you have to retype in under 1 minute. Correct. In just 1 minute, you have to reach 35 words. If you fail that, then there's a good possibility that they will give you another chance. But if you fail again for the second time, your application will be rejected. But don't worry, if ma-reach mo naman yung 35 WPM, let's say for example, 40 words per minute ang na-type mo, definitely, pasado ka na sa typing exam. And aside from that, it might open an opportunity na ma-endorse ka sa non-voice account, like chat or messaging. Once you're done with the typing test, magpo-proceed ka na sa another level ng assessment, which involves a role-play scenario. In this part, you will be assuming the role of a customer service representative and yung interviewer mo, mag-a-act naman siya as your customer. The main goal of this stage is to assess and gauge your abilities and capabilities as a customer service representative. Sa pinaka-common na example na ginagamit during the role-play scenario is the mock call. So tandaan na sa part na to, you'll be asked to either upsell a product or a plan, or you will be given a certain situation in which you have to cater to a certain concern of a customer. Tandaan mo rin na sa part na to, i-gauge ang confidence level mo from the moment you deliver the opening spiel up to the moment that you're closing the deal with the customer. But there's nothing to worry about kasi for sure, bibigyan ka naman nila ng enough and ample time to familiarize yourself with the situation. Aside from that, you can definitely ask questions for clarifications before you officially begin your mock call. But make sure to remember that you'll be listening carefully doon sa scenario and situation and to the customer's needs so that in the end, you can provide a creative and beneficial resolution. So what's the logic behind that? Kasi nga, you are applying as a customer service representative. That means when you prioritize your customer's need in situations like that, it would demonstrate to the interviewer that you are detail-oriented and skilled enough to use the information in creating and finding an effective solution. Well, if you're looking for videos that will help you improve your language skills, just click on the link. The next stage of the assessment process is the SVAR. So probably, narinig mo na ako ano yung SVAR. But to give you an overview, ito actually ay isang video-based assessment interview na ginagamit para i-evaluate yung soft skills mo, like your communication, interpersonal skills, and your problem-solving skills. Aside from that, it's also designed to evaluate how you'll be responding to real-life scenarios in a video-based interview. During the SVAR assessment, bibigyan ka ng iba't ibang scenarios and you'll be asked to respond to them. Aside from that, yung mga videos na ipapakita sa'yo ay usually 2 minutes long lang naman. But after that, certain questions will be asked na related doon sa scenario na napanood mo. And as you respond to those questions, your answers will be recorded and to be reviewed by the hiring team. In SVAR, many assessment parts are made. One of the most common is yung itatest yung active listening skills mo. Sa part na to, there is a person that will be speaking and that you'll need to type what they're actually saying. Bakit? Kasi isa ito sa way para i-assess yung capacity and ability mo to identify the caller's intention and concern right away. And as a part din ng pagtitake mo ng SVAR assessment, you'll be challenged to construct or create coherent or let's say sensible phrases and even sentences gamit yung mga scrambled words na i-display through a video. The final SVAR type is the most challenging one. Ito na yung part na sinasabi ko kanina. A video or audio will be presented to you and you have to respond depending on your opinion. Sometimes, makakarinig ka dito ng intriguing and tricky questions like, what's the difference between American and Australian barbecue? So you might be thinking right now, bakit nga ba kailangan gumawa pa ng mga ganong klaseng assessment? Well, these assessments are used to give the interviewer an idea of your analytical and problem-solving skills. Kaya importante to always listen carefully and to focus and just be yourself. Kasi ang goal while you're applying is to showcase your best skills and abilities while also demonstrating your personality and interpersonal skills. Now that you have an overview, paano nga ba yung SVAR assessment? Let's give it a try. So can you tell me how would you describe a children's playground? Feel free to write your answer on the comment section below. Now, moving forward sa final stage ng hiring and application process, which is the final interview. So technically, sa stage na to, the operations team has already profiled you for a specific account. And then after that, yung next step na, is i-endorse ka na nila sa operations validator of that specific account. So halimbawa, sa Telco account ka na assign, people from the Telco account will be the one to validate you to see if you're really a good fit for the role and also if you fit the company's culture. So on this level as well, they may still ask you situational questions. You would also be asked to create hypothetical scenarios and how you also handled certain situations in the past. For example, they may ask you, paano mo na-handle yung certain situation before? Like, how did you handle stress and pressure? Just make sure to highlight your strengths, accomplishments, and even your relevant or related experiences to make you stand out among the other candidates. Now, here are the common questions na tinatanong during the final interview stage. One of them is that, what makes you an ideal candidate for this position? Aside from that, pwede ka rin tanungin, how do you handle the pressure? Also, can you cite an example of a project or a task that you were able to accomplish despite the obstacles that came your way? And lastly, what if your team leader asked you to commit fraud? So yung mga types ng questions na to ay karaniwang ginagamit ng mga interviewer or nung nasa talent acquisition team para makakuha sila ng sneak peek at how you think and what kind of a person you are. Aside from that, make sure to always share a real-life-based scenario na na-experience mo na before. Well, obviously, mas madali mo na kasi siyang ma-explain dahil based na nga siya sa experiences mo from the past. And while explaining and sharing your answers and thoughts, you can also make use of the STAR format, which stands for scenario, time, action, and result. Now, let me give you some examples on how you can answer these questions. What makes you an ideal candidate for this position?
While it's true that I have no previous experience in call center services, I do believe my relevant skills would be useful for this position. I'm very good at communicating. I understand how to listen carefully to customers and respectfully address their questions and concerns. I can adapt to new situations and learn new skills quickly. I am aware that learning at all skills necessary to work in a call center will take a lot of time and effort on my part. But I am willing to put in effort to learn everything that requires me. In fact, I have previous experience handling an irate customers. There was one time in the office when we had a customer complain about the product. She was shouting at one of my office mates who eventually ended up crying. I went over there and talked to the customers and hear her side of the story. I offered her an alternative solution based on the information she gave me. She even ended up thanking me for quick turnaround and providing her with the best solution possible. I did this because I understand how important it is to give clients a satisfying experience. I am prepared to go above and beyond to make that happen.
What if your team leader asks you to commit fraud?
I wouldn't carry out the request from my team leader to commit fraud. Fraud is unacceptable, against the law, and can have huge consequences for both the company and the employees involved. I would first make an effort to understand the ask and the reason behind my team leader's request for me to commit fraud. I would discuss my concerns if there was a misunderstanding or a disconnect between us. I will inform an authority or the appropriate department within the company if my team leader continues to push me into committing fraud. I wouldn't sacrifice my ethics or put my reputation or job at risk by taking part in wrongdoing.
That's a great summary of what you can expect in a call center recruitment process. Just make sure lang na lagi kang prepared sa mga questions na pwedeng ibato or itanong sa'yo ng interviewer. Also, you can make use of the STAR format para ma-structure mo yung mga answers and examples na ibibigay mo. Don't forget to be honest when answering and make sure to show your authentic self. Kasi nga, yung hahanapin ng nasa operations team is yung mga tao or candidates na magfe-fit sa company culture and their values. Well, there you have it. I hope that this information has helped you better understand kung ano man yung pwede mong i-expect sa application process mo. And I hope that you'll learn some valuable advices para makatulong na makapag-prepare ka sa each step ng recruitment process na tatahakin mo. To stand out from the competition, just keep in mind that confidence is key and that being able to highlight your capabilities and expertise is essential. Also, take all the time to review your resume and practice your interview skills to ensure na ma-represent mo yung sarili mo in the best possible way. Now, if sa tingin mo you're prepared and ready na to get your dream job in the BPO industry, just click the link on the description box below